My name is Peggy Ohl. Margaret is my given name. And I, first of all, just feel kind of betrayed by the Scott County Attorney's Office coming here. So I just wanted to say that first. I wrote this letter on February 2nd of this year. On April 27th, 2016, my husband Brent was diagnosed with cancer in his pancreas, liver, lungs, and his hip bone. After hoping and praying it was any other cancer besides pancreatic cancer, our very worst fear became reality. He had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He was 48 years old, and we had 2 boys, 9 and 12. The oncologist sat us down and told us to get our affairs in order. For 4.5 months later, four and a half months later, after 2 trips to MD Anderson in Houston, Texas, and rounds of chemo, on August 27th, Brent was gone. The man I married and loved, the man who was the father of my boys, the man I said I would be there for in sickness and in health, was gone. Our life together was gone forever. While he was sick, he was incredibly brave, strong, and so kind, and thankful to everyone who helped him through his short battle. He said thank you to every nurse and doctor who took care of him. He never got angry, and he fought like crazy to live. He wanted so much to live. Even writing brings all the feelings back of how much he wanted to live and how hard he fought to be there for our boys. My heart was broken. Brent was an anesthesiologist and took care of thousands of people over his career. He was very much loved by his colleagues, partners, and pretty much all of the staff at the different hospitals he worked. He was loved by his family and his friends. When he got sick, it was overwhelming how many people reached out to our family to help us. As gifts, food, and sometimes money were given to us, we felt so overwhelmed with the love and support that it was hard to even comprehend. Those 4.5 months are impossible to even describe. But through it all, I made a vow to myself that I would never, ever forget. And I would keep track, and I kept track as best as I could and wrote thank yous as the gifts came to us. Watching your big, strong partner in life lose his life and telling your kids Dad has gone to heaven changes you forever and ever. A few months after Brent was gone, a few nurses that Brent worked with organized the Stroll for Old. It was a walk, run, and the money raised, which was about $17,000, was given to Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, PanCAN, in Brent's memory. My boys and I walked in this event. I couldn't believe how many people showed up and participated. It wasn't long after that some of the nurses started talking about doing something annually. I felt compelled to get involved because if they were going to do something, I wanted to be a part of it. Well, that was the very beginning of the Dr. Brent Ohl Strong Pancreatic Cancer Support and Awareness Fund. With the help of nurses, friends, and the Trinity Health Foundation, we set out to start what was initially a $50 gift card to those diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. But it grew quickly and became a $500 Visa gift card given to anyone diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in our greater Quad City area. We could reach out approximately 72 miles from the Quad City area. I stretched how much I wanted this to be a gesture of love and kindness, to let people diagnosed know that they weren't alone and that people cared about them. I wanted it to feel kind of like how Brent and I felt when people helped us. I stressed how I really wanted the process to be easy. Because people diagnosed with pancreatic cancer often don't have the time to fill out an application or ask for help. They can get so quick, fast. With the help and support of many people, this grew so that we could give these gifts out to used at both Unity Point Hospital and Genesis Hospital, and now we give them out at the University of Iowa as well. Sometimes by word of mouth, I would find out about someone, and along with someone from our team, we would deliver these gift cards to people diagnosed with pancreatic cancer or families who had lost somebody to pancreatic cancer. But because it happened so fast, their loved one had already lost their battle. I've devoted a great deal of my life to this effort and tried to give back to patients diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Our boys, who are now 16 and 19, have gotten involved in our fundraising and our cause. Their football teams help at our fundraiser. Our boys proudly wear the Old Strong t-shirt and sweatshirts from our past years. This is their dad's legacy. It means so much to them as well. Sometimes people would contact me and tell me about a friend of theirs that was recently diagnosed. Countless times it was by word of mouth that I would find out about someone, and I would be sure our packet got to them. I wanted to give them a little bit of what was so generously given to us when Brent was sick. I never imagined someone so callously would fake they had such a devastating cancer as pancreatic cancer and willingly accept our gift of love and kindness and lie directly to my face. My heart was broken in disbelief. My oldest son found out about it while at school when his teacher, who gave to the GoFundMe, heard about her arrest and put her mugshot up on the screen in the classroom. My son was wearing his Old Strong shirt that day with her name on it. He got home from school. I told him that she was in jail, and he said, "Good." I gave her our packet without thinking twice. I checked up on her over the course of the year. I asked how she was doing and asked if she wanted to go get coffee or something. She turned me down each time. She finally did agree to come to our fall Iowa tailgate fundraiser, which was last year. That was last year's event. Brent loved the Hawkeyes and tailgating. She wore our Old Strong sweatshirt that had her name on it and many other people who'd also fought pancreatic cancer's name on it. Many of them died. She took pictures with me, the Old Strong team, and other recipients of our Old Strong gift, families who lost loved ones to pancreatic cancer. She took a picture with my late husband's dad. She stood at our event knowingly lying about her cancer. Is really unbelievable. She stood in front of me with her wig on, knowing she wasn't sick at all. Now, after all this has come out, I've lost sleep over how she could possibly do this. Why did she choose pancreatic cancer? I knew of her mom as she graduated from high school with Brent. They shared the same birthday, and her mom lived in Eldridge. Did she choose this cancer on purpose because of Brent's fund? I've questioned myself for not getting something in writing stating her diagnosis, but I'd never done that before with anyone who was from our small town of Eldridge. I knew who her mom was. I've questioned myself for giving her name to our local North Scott Press paper to do an article about her and 2 other Old Strong recipients as a way to bring more awareness to pancreatic cancer and to let people know about our fundraiser. I feel terribly guilty for lending any sort of legitimacy to her story. I feel terrible that her name is now somehow tied to Brent's amazing legacy. Thinking about this consumed me and physically wore me out. I felt personally responsible for giving her our Old Strong packet and giving her name to the North Scott Press. I feel incredibly betrayed and angry. As a result of her betrayal, we are now going to have to look more closely at how we give out these packets. My feeling of giving our Dr. Brent Oldstrong pancreatic cancer support and awareness packets to pancreatic cancer patients in memory of Brent is going to be restrained and restricted, and I'm so sad for that. I want it to be so easy and to be free to give our gift of love and support. I'm heartbroken that Maddy Russo did this. I hope Maddy Russo is held responsible. I hope Maddy Russo has to spend a great deal of time in jail. I hope Maddy Russo has to pay restitution. She preyed on my emotions and my giving nature. She used my husband's legacy and our fund to better her story and to lend legitimacy to her fake cancer story. Thank you. And I brought a sweatshirt from our last year's fundraiser, and it has her name all over all of our merchandise from last year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.